Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
Boo! Boo!
I know you was waiting for that to happen.
Boo!
I heard the smile in your voice, like it's not. Don't let me get on say shit.
So welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got Adam.
Yo.
And we got James.
I'm just here now trying to get sued.
So, as usual, if you like this podcast, make sure to come in and subscribe. Make sure to like it up, help us out, help us build this channel, help us build this brand. Also, check us out on various different podcast platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. All the links are down below. Also, just so you know, we're also on Rumble. I know we've been having some issues uploading over there on Rumble. I don't know what's going on. We're trying to get that fixed. So hopefully by the time this podcast comes out, that issue is finally corrected. And what else? Oh, I do want to say this too. So as for the Patreon, because we do have a Patreon, but I haven't really uploaded much content on there because we're trying to grow the audience here first. And once we grow the audience, then we'll start working on the Patreon. So if we start getting subscribers over there, then I'll start to upload. But right now, we do have a Patreon. So if you want to support the channel, check that out. We do have exclusive content. But as soon as we get one patron over there, I'm definitely going to start working very hard and very quickly to start uploading a lot of content because we got a lot of backup content that needs to go up on there. So if you want to check that out, make sure to go over there. With that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. I only got one thing to say, man. Jerry.
Oh man, I heard what happened to him.
Yeah, man. Jerry Springer's gone, man.
It's kind of. I remember. I'm sad because I used to watch that show with my grandma. It's funny. You watch certain shows at your home, like on TV with your family, or whatnot, and then you go to your grandma or your grandpa's house, and then they just have these shows that you have to watch with them before you can even watch cartoons or play the game. Right?
Oh.
Saturday mornings, Jerry Springer.
No, well, yeah, no, Jerry Springer used to be on the weekdays all the time, but I guess those are reruns. But yeah, that was a big part of our childhood, man.
Yeah, ask any '90s/'80s child that they'd be like, "Hey, what do you remember on TV?" That'll be within the top 10, top 5.
Hands down. So as a kid, you just watch this stuff. It was just all about the fighting, and then as you get older, you start listening and say, "Oh, that's crazy."
Yeah. You didn't really understand what was going on. You understood what was happening when they were trying to hit each other, though.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, hey, you go to school. Did you guys watch? You had certain friends that did watch Jerry Springer, and you had certain ones that didn't even know what that was because they were their parents were like, you can't watch this, or where you had to, you just couldn't. I remember that show, All My Children. I hated soap operas and not operas, but soap shows and everything. My babysitter used to watch that.
My grandma used to watch that all the time too.
And did you watch it for once or twice? Did you ever watch it?
I
watched it. Sit down and watch it.
I would sit down and watch it, and yeah, it was kind of campy and cheesy.
I agree.
Yeah,
my babysitter had cut a deal with me. She's like, if you let me watch my shows, they were 2 hours, sometimes 3, depending on the day long, then you could play the game for the rest of the time. It's like, okay.
Yeah, no, my grandma be like, boy, sit down and watch these shows.
Yeah, you were forced to. I'm watching you watching this show, and in reality, you was watching your grandma watch the show.
But yeah, man, Jerry wound up passing away. I think he was 76, man. That was a crazy thing.
What did he pass away from? Cause I read the headline, but I didn't actually read into it.
Probably old age, but I'll look it up real quick, see exactly what he. No, okay, yeah. Let me see what the cause of death was. Oh, from cancer, pancreatic cancer.
Ooh,
Dang, that's sad.
it is. It's all. I think like we have a bunch of ways to die, but I think it's always sad. Like you have all these people that actually die from cancer.
Yeah, he was
It's just like,
79.
uh,
Yeah, no, that crap is sad. No, I just had to bring it up because man, that was a legendary show as a kid. That was the show that all right. Fun fact. Here's a fun fact. One of my uncle's family members was actually on that show.
one of your uncle's fam.
Yep.
What was it for?
I want to say because this was back in I want to say like the early or mid '90s. I think it was that his woman was cheating on him with like another man. I think it was.
Oh damn,
Yeah.
that's that's something. It's something when you're on those shows. You know, I felt like a lot of the stuff I watched was real, and then I also felt like some of the stuff I watched like later on when they really, I guess, needed ratings were kind of fake, or they had fake scenarios. But I still like originally like when it first came out and going even all the way up to like some of the seasons, I'm like, oh, this has to be real.
Well,
Like
we all felt
who
that way. We were kids. When you're young, we think almost everything real is real.
man,
I mean, sure. I used to think wrestling was real.
wrestling is real. It just depends on what you're talking about.
Okay. Okay. Good answer. Good answer. I agree with that statement.
But then you had the spinoff. Remember the spinoff?
Oh,
Steve.
Steve. Yeah, Steve.
Yes.
Yeah, he got in people's faces too.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I remember watching that a couple of times too. I'm just like, it's the same, but it's not the same. It doesn't have the same impact as like, I guess because it's like it depends on when you watch it. Like, did you watch the original? I know we watched the original. Like Jerry Springer was the original,
Yeah.
and then you had like shows like Murray and everything. Like, oh yeah, Murray. Murray's still active, trying to get people. Does he still
No,
have his show?
no. Murray quit. I think it was like 1 or 2 years ago.
Okay, so then this is
Yeah.
still recent then when he I forgot what happened. You remember something happened, I think it was on Facebook or Instagram, something happened and he was saying like, why don't we get you guys on our show? You remember that?
No.
Yeah, he was in the comments. It was like some celebrity or something happened between some people, and I forgot what it was. And then Maury was actually in the comments, like talking about like, like seems like you guys have like some trauma or like, something you guys need to get off your chest. Not his exact words, but basically, it's like, why don't you come in the show? Why don't you come on my show? He was trying to get people to come on his show. He was really out there marketing himself in his
That's
show and people in real because usually you don't see people do that. It's just like you get invited or this and that. You have to submit stuff, but no, Murray and Jerry Springer. I feel like more Jerry Springer was a movie type thing, like but Murray was like
well. Murray was all about the what you call it?
DNA
But
test.
yep, it was all about DNA tests. That's what it's all about.
You are, and it was that pause right there. You are pause.
Right. Well, it didn't used to do that though. Like when they first started doing it, but then like that became like the most popular part of the show. So then it'll pause and go to commercial. I used to hate that crap.
Right? And then like you have the people you just so like have little expert excerpts of it and everything. Then you have the guys that would just jump up and start dancing, and then
Heck
the
yeah.
women who run to the back. They always run to the back. Like,
They
no,
always, they always run to the
ah,
back.
I can't
Guys,
believe this. It's never
yeah.
been. I've only been with who else could it be? He's like, I don't know, but the DNA test ain't lying. So who else do you want to bring up here?
He's like, yeah, I told you. I told you. I told you.
Like, well, we could have just done a simple DNA test like I asked for, but you want to go and bring it on that on how much did you get paid? $300? Doing it in the free DNA test? Okay. Was that worth all this?
I think, and I'm not sure. I think if you go on these shows, I think they probably waive some of those costs, or they probably do it for free.
Bro, I need a percentage of this show that I was just on.
Right?
People are gonna know me now as either the baby's daddy or I'm not the baby's daddy. You know, be
Pretty.
like, it's the baby daddy. Remember we seen him on the show? Like, what's my name? Baby daddy number two? Possibility number two? That's what it was.
Man, I met a girl who was on there. I forgot who she was, but I met a girl who was on there once.
Did you guys have a conversation?
Sort of. I mean, we didn't talk for that long.
So, yeah,
I
I
mean,
did this in my past life.
okay, well, now I got something to watch.
Both of those shows started at the same time.
Did they?
Yep.
What, Murray and Jerry Springer?
Yeah, the Maury Povich show and the Jerry Springer show started at the same time.
Two shows doing opposite things.
Yeah, but
wait, did they have DNA tests on Jerry Springer too? Like every once in a while?
They did.
I think I'd rather go on Murray though than Jerry Springer.
I think Murray, if you just want to be able to sit there and say, "Yeah, I did that." Jerry Springer, if you want to fight. It's actually,
some things you want to get off the chest, some stress you need to relieve.
I'm just saying, like when you had the one where like my sister cheated on me with my brother.
What the fuck?
They have episodes like that. Could be funny.
Now that'll get your attention. Like, what the did they just say? I don't know. I'm gonna have to see this show. Like, what you doing Saturday? We're about to play basketball. Yeah, I'm gonna be up there right after Jerry Springer though.
You see, luckily I never have that problem because I don't have any siblings, but I know you guys do. What would happen if you were in that situation, man? Would you like disown your brother at that point?
No, I've been making fun of him for probably a good couple of years. I'll just be like, so you weren't the father, right? That's what I was told. I'm just asking. I want to hear from you. You know, like, you feel like you might need to go on and take another DNA test? You know what? It'd be like I go up to the drive through and say, "Hey, where are my jacket box? What does everybody want?" Everyone gives me their order. Gets to my brother like, "Don't tell me. I know what you want. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
I would not let my brother live that down. I would probably have to let my sister live it down because then, you know, after a while, why are you still bringing it up? Don't you know this was a hard time for me? Like, was it hard to go on the show? Was it harder to just get a DNA test? Or what part was harder for you? I just want to know.
Like
Did they approach you? Did you approach them? How did this happen? I'm 100% very curious to know how this exact scenario played out, and I also want to know how you thought it was going to play out.
Oh,
I'll probably be like 72, still talking. Oh, do you remember the time you went on Jerry Springer? Jerry Springer. Ooh, Jerry.
I mean, that wasn't exactly my question, but I'll let it slide.
No, I wouldn't let them live it down. I wouldn't disown them. I think it was funny. I think I'll try and like get my like 10 seconds of on TV through them. Like, brother, so and so speaks out, gives us the behind the scenes of how everything actually went. TMZ.
Okay. Hey, okay. This will give you some thoughts about the next time you think about taking your kids to Disneyland. I want to read. I want to read a couple of things. I got like.
Go ahead, because I don't think I'm ever going to take them to Disneyland.
A New Jersey man caught himself smoking, watching porn, and touching himself on the Ratatouille adventure in Epcot. So Robert Fitzpatrick, 36, was arrested and has been charged with misdemeanor charge of exposing his sex organs according to circuit court records. It turns out he was already a wanted man.
What the fuck is wrong with people? That's what I want to know. Like, what makes you want to go to a family themed thing, park and do these type of things?
Let me give you the details. It's pretty funny. Disney cast members were first leery about Fitzpatrick when he wanted to sit alone. He wanted to sit alone in a rat or the ride cart on March 29th, according to Rex report. Generally, the guest shared carts with other people and was suspicious that the guest was in a cart alone. Several cast members monitoring the attraction in the surveillance room saw Fitzpatrick smoke and touch himself. Twice they stopped the attraction and made a loudspeaker announcement that smoking was not permitted. The ride continued on, and Fitzpatrick began looking at porn on his cell phone, put his hands down his pants, and the rest of the report said. Then Fitzpatrick pulled his thing out in the open and continued masturbating inside the ride cart. One cast member said he ejaculated before leaving the ride.
So I want to know, did the members just watch him the whole entire time?
That's what it said.
They're part of it. That's voyeurism on their end.
As we know, although Roberts was alone inside his car, the car had vents open to the public and is consistently being recorded while the ride is in motion. The rest report says so. It was being recorded.
Dude, no. Now, I don't think there's any wrong with going to Disneyland if you want to go by yourself, because it's Disneyland. I know it's mainly family thing, but you have like an adult drink place and everything, and our one friend, man, who we used to go and play D&D with. Remember, he said that he ended up going there with his brother a lot. Like, if it's like something you and your family do, like you, your brother, your sister do, just to go, have drinks, have a little fun. That's one thing as an adult. You can do that. I mean, it's based off of us paying for it anyway. We take our kids there because it's fun. It's Disneyland, yeah. But you also have areas, if it wasn't really made for an adult but more family based, then you wouldn't really have drinks there in the first place. You wouldn't have any type of alcoholic drinks.
Hold on. There's a second story to this.
Oh.
The following day, Disney and law enforcement dealt with a second incident at Epoch, where there was another man arrested for exposing himself. A sheriff deputy was back at Remy's Ratatouille's Adventures, so the same place where this dude named Sherwin Shadigan was consistently causing issues in the park, the arrest report said. He threw his items on the ground when authorities escorted him off of Epcot. Shadigan waited for a taxi to take him back to his hotel, and the deputy was writing the trespass paperwork when Shadigan pulled down his clothes, exposing himself to those presents.
Maybe you just had a fetish.
This is a second person on the same ride the next day.
Man, I think it's something with the people. Maybe it was planned, but I mean, if I were to take my kids, that wouldn't stop me from taking them. It would make me think twice about what rides we'd go on.
Here's a third one for you. I'll tell you this third one. And this is the last one. Disney
Is it
World
within the same week?
I don't know. I'll look at it, but Disney World employee took upskirt video. Disney World employees took upskirt videos for years, investigators said. A former Disney World employee is accused of taking upskirt videos of women. Deputies said a witness caught him in the act at Hollywood Studios, and he admitted to having hundreds more videos when they started asking him questions.
Why are you telling yourself?
Deputies say they responded after they got a call in March about an employee filming upskirt videos of a woman. In the arrest affidavit, they said employee was 26. In a recorded interview, Deputy said Vega admitted he had been taking videos up the dresses or skirts of unknown females in a theme park for approximately 6 years.
I don't know why people are telling themselves. Like, you get caught
Ac-
for one incident, and then you tell about what you've been doing for the last 6 years.
According to the report, investigators he had an estimated 500 videos on his phone. Deputies say Vega explained he took them because it was a hard time finding them online. So yeah, it looks like Disney World is a place where perverts come to play. I gotta ask you, James, would you feel comfortable about taking your daughter to Disneyland anymore?
Daughter's grown, bro. Why care?
Oh, that's true. I mean, you should care. I mean, are you going to tell me if like there's a picture of her out there, you wouldn't be ready to kill a mofo?
I mean, who's to say someone in your family's not in there, bro?
That's not my question.
Gonna buy me a Mercury and cruise it up and down.
Like I said, man, Disney's having all kinds of drama. Whether it's that crap or whether they're going to war with Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you heard, but basically I should look it up, but this is off the top of the dome. But basically, I guess long story short, I guess of course, Disney and Florida are basically at war right now. And I guess Disney was trying to be kind of slick with, I guess, with like one of the laws or something, or like they're trying to do something. And Florida got pissed off, so they took away their rights because I guess in Florida at Disney World they had like basically rights to build their own city. They took away those rights, and I guess now Disney is suing Florida for I guess breach of contract. I think that's what it is. Mind you, I don't have this article in front of my face. This is off the top of the dome, but I think right now Disney is suing Florida for breach of contract. For Disney is suing the state of Florida now for pulling out, I guess, of the deal for them having their own city. So I don't know what's going on right now with Disney, but Disney's all over the place. They're having that issue. I've heard of multiple Disney films bombing lately. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I know they said Disneyland's supposed to be a magical world, but it seems I don't know, man. I think the magic is starting to fly away. There's too much going on over there right now, man.
That's Swayze.
It's the world today, man. There's nothing going on in the world right now that's not crazy. As a recording of this podcast, Biden, I want to say 2 days ago, he's going to run for president again for a second term.
Why?
You know what, Adam? I'm going to let you get that off your chest and let you say your feelings about Biden and his run.
Well, I
I'm gonna
mean,
let
I said real quick, I don't really have a lot. I don't really have anything at all. I just, I haven't really been following this whole presidency, but it's things that I see that I don't see that he's done good at or agree with in person, but I can't give enough information on the reason why because I haven't really researched this. This was more things that I've seen and heard myself, when I do follow the news, but I don't see well, I don't have anything negative to say about him in the sense of saying just I don't see what he's all done that's so good that he needs to run for a second term. Like, I really don't. I I just don't. I feel like we need to move towards like these areas where like we need to stop sending like aid to other countries in a sense and just really take care of like our own house. Like take care of our house first, then send other or stop being the first to, go off and send people, to help, especially with money when we need the money ourselves. Like look at our economy. Like that money could be used in our economy. It's not no who has the most money to send over places. No, if someone's asking for help, you send people help and what you can afford. If you can't do it, you don't do it then. But like, why? Why do the things that you're doing? Like, I would really love a president that would just really take care of our own house first. Yeah, because I just see it like we have so much stuff that we need to handle first. We have so many people that we need to handle first. In our own country. And I'm not saying to stop allowing other people from different countries to come in. Like, we keep our borders open, but it's just all together. Like, there are different ways to handle things, or that's what NATO is for. For certain situations. It's let's just stop. Let's just stop. Let's evaluate the situation first. Evaluate ourselves first, instead of being like, yeah, let's go ahead and do this, or having a president that vetoes and then sends money off to these other countries that we know we're not going to get back. We're not getting any of our money back that we've helped these other people with. It's gone. It's gone. And then, realistically speaking, when are they going to even be able to help us with whatever the hell help we would need in the first fucking place? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I just want a president that's like, you know what? It's a lot of stuff going on inside our country. I'm for one, I'm trying to fix what's going on in our country before we start helping other people's countries. Let's just say it gets to the point to where we help this one country, now we're really in the hole. What are we going to do? Who's going to help us? Who's been helping us to this point? China still wants their money back that we owe them. The deficit keeps getting larger. So, yeah, no, I don't fully understand what the reasoning is for doing these things. Are you trying to look good? Like, who really cares? Like, you should care about what the people in your own country care and want before you start caring what other people in different countries want or what they need. That's why they have their own neighbors. That's why they have other countries as well that can send and lend aid. So, let's just take a back seat, for a while on this one and on the next situation that may come up, and then let's see who helps them. Let's really figure out who is going to help instead of Big Brother USA always trying to be in the midst of things. I would really like to be able to buy a house that's not going to cost me like multiple body parts. Having affordable housing. That's what I really want. I just like having to be there when I have there's other people who's like, why haven't you bought a house yet? It's like, well, not me personally, but just in general talking. Just like, when did you buy a house? Oh, so many years. Yeah. How much was it to buy a house back then for you? What was the down payment? How much is that house worth? Oh, so much. Yeah. So would you be willing to bring that house back down to the property value of what it was when you bought the house? No. No. Okay. All right. I need you to shut the fuck up. Take a back seat, please. Calm the hell down.
All right. Did I miss anything?
I was just smelling my baby.
You're what?
I was just smelling my baby.
What the?
You people do that. That's a thing.
What?
Yes. You
James.
smell your baby.
James.
What?
Did you ever smell your baby?
People smell all kinds of babies, bro. Babies smell funny.
But you act like you actively like are sitting there sniffing your baby.
I'm doing that right now. He's laughing. It's making him laugh. Huh. Sniff, sniff, sniff. And he just threw up on me. But yeah, no, outside of that little outburst, I was just saying that I wish that housing was more affordable, and I just like it when you have people that are like, when you're gonna buy the house, not for me personally, but just like like older people, like you have people that are like, well, housing is affordable. It's like, I think you're thinking about how much it was back when you bought the house, And then my reply to that was, I understand that housing goes up and down, but if this is what you think, would you be willing to sell your house at the same price, a little bit more than what you bought it for back when you bought your house?
Okay, so hold on before you go forward, because I don't know where this conversation went. Do you want to go?
Oh
Do
no,
you want?
I just said that. I left it alone.
Hold on one sec. Somebody at the door. Hold on. If you guys want to go down the house, and we can move to that one. Or if you got topic, Adam, go ahead. I'll be right back. Somebody's at the door. Yeah, but yeah, go ahead, Adam. Start a new topic. It's fine.
My topic is Well, housing is relatively quick as well. It's kind of like I wish it'd go back down to affordable pricing. I feel like it keeps going up. Well, you know what? I'll take that back. Pricing is like a bubble. It goes up and it goes down, but it seems to increase more than it tends to decrease. And when we talk about that, how are we going to be able to afford housing? The solution is, well, we need pay increases. Well, if you increase the pay, it keeps steadily increasing everything else up.
Holy
So
shit.
it's kind of defeats the purpose. Like, I want to be able to afford certain things. Okay, well, here's the solution. We increase pay. Okay, you increase pay. So this is what happens. Everything else goes up again. And instead of getting that pay increase, let's just say they're like, yeah, we'll increase it again. This is like 2, 3 times now, right? You're just now barely about to get the first pay increase when they increased everything else already because they said they were going to do it. And now you're paying even more for things right now. So by the time that second one hits, yeah, that's right, huh? It went up again. So it's like a never ending battle about. So how many kids do you have, man?
I have one kid.
One kid. It was a daughter, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So remember about the credit card we was talking about. And you know what? Funny enough, me and talking about that not that long ago because she had sent me a video and she's told me, I forgot what the video was, but basically the concept of it was, would you rather give her a debit card or a credit card? Um, and she said, you should just go ahead and give her a credit card. And I said, no, because if I do that, I'm never going to see the credit card again, but I'm always going to see that bill go up. So I was just like, I'd rather give her a debit card than the credit card.
What's the difference?
The difference is just that if you need to send money over faster with the debit card, especially if you have the same bank, you can just transfer money over. With the credit card, although if you do send the money over, it's going to take a while for it to actually post to the account. So you won't be able to actually be able to hold that money. Either
That's
way,
incorrect. That's
well,
incorrect.
depending on the credit. Oh, no, wait, you're right on that because I've seen both ones. You have it where a regular payment, then you have it where it's immediately available. But
Yeah.
the
90% of credit cards are immediate now.
the credit card that I have, the both of them, the credit one and the capital one, I can't say that. It's one of them I know for sure. That it allows you to when you post that, when you pay it and it's immediate, then
hmm
you do pay that $4.99 for the immediate fee. But they said that the amount it'll be an extra $100 available right now, and then the other amount will be available tomorrow. So that was my experience with one of those cards. And I think the other one allowed you to use the amount right away. And I
Yeah.
think it's just dependent on the credit card that I
hmm
gave her or would give her. But
Yeah.
I would feel more comfortable using the debit card first. So I would have a good idea what her spending habits were. And this isn't like my daughter now, like how old she is. I'm talking like when she gets older, like 19, 20 something.
hmm Yeah. I mean, I see your
Is it-
logic, but it's not. Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody's
she
logic,
would.
I guess.
She would eventually be, I would give her one, of course, as number one to help build the credit. And her name's going to be on mine, so it'll help her out a lot. I just don't want to be in that position where my daughter is already always asking me to buy her stuff. And I know that's kids, kids in general, that's going to happen. But her uncle, her uncle put his debit card on her phone, right? Because she wanted to buy a little present, a little thing for herself on Amazon. And she bought it, right? But oh
hmm
damn, he's peeing on me. But sorry, man. But so then she's looking at other things on Amazon after she done already bought it. And she was wondering, she's like, would it be okay if I just went ahead and bought this? And I think she was leaning towards actually even doing that before we told her, like, no, you don't want to do that. That's not your money. That's your uncle's money. And I think she did it once though already. But that was just how funny it was because I was just taking into consideration what she's doing and what she's done already, even though future habits are different. It was just kind of funny.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, everybody's thought process is different. So, I mean, it is what it is. G would probably definitely give her a debit card or some shit. I don't know.
But
I think G got kidnapped.
huh?
Pretty sure G got kidnapped.
You think they did the classic way, where they just threw a burlap sack over his head, or you think they did it like the just knock out real quick and drag you to the car type way?
I don't know, but he hasn't came back yet. So,
Oh man.
holy shit.
So what are you doing down in Arizona?
I do events. I do car and boat shows.
You said car and boat shows.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a boat show going on out there, or is it a car show?
There is both.
Ah, is it
There-
what?
There's
What?
speedboat races. There's Super Cat Fest. And then there's a car show down there.
I would not have guessed about the boat shows. I know there's lakes. What lake is it that you're going to right now?
Well, I've been in Havasu. So.
Oh, okay, so you're not that far away from me right now. I wanted to guess Lake Havasu, but I didn't want to at the same time because I don't know any other places out there outside of that one lake.
Well, there's Topak. Um, you can go to Parker, which is where the boat racing is. Topak is usually just people go from Havasu to Topak, or you can just go from Havasu to Laughlin. Just keep going
Now,
up.
now that we're on the topic of boats, let me ask you a question because it's out in North California and around Clear Lake County. There was a I think it's a county fair.
Mm-hmm.
I was out there in 2021, and I found out that they had a couple of events. They did have a racing event, but there's this one event where they attach their boats to their trucks, and they it's kind of like a crash derby where they will try and break the other person's boat. And these don't have to be new boats. I'm pretty sure they're like old boats or whatever because they're right there by Clear Lake itself. But that's what the whole event is. It's nothing but them trying to break each other's boats on their cars. And I was told that event, I wanted to go to that event, but I ended up doing some work that day, so I ended up staying. But that event was nothing but just total chaos and fun. Have you ever been to an event like that?
No. No.
Would you?
Nah, I don't do events like that. The boats that I deal with, they're like a couple $100,000.
Like going into like the yachts?
Not yachts, but yachts are nothing compared to. Well, no, I shouldn't say that because there are some badass yachts, but no, we deal with like Benningtons and DCBs and uh Howards and the MTIs, Tritunes and trifectas and Mercury crazy builds and supercharged crazy sick shit.
Now I'm not
You
gonna
will.
lie,
It's
the
not
Mercury.
uncommon to see a 500,000 to a couple $1 million boat roll up.
Yeah.
They just set a world record out there. We were there last week and they set a world record. Fastest boat. Dude, I think it's a DCB. Forgot, but yeah, he did 209 miles. 209 miles an hour.
What did he break? Was it like a local or was it for
No,
that event?
that's like the fastest boat. It's well, no, he set a world record.
Oh, a
Yeah.
World War. Okay.
It's the fastest boat. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in a boat that'll do 90. It's pretty sketch. So 200 miles an hour was probably insane.
Man, no. The only boat I ever been on was a Navy. Well, no, it's two, just military boats and the ships, and then uh I don't know what to call that boat. It was more like an event. Like we was on it and they had a comedy show. It was like on the outside. It was pretty nice. I don't know if it was a yacht or if it was a boat, but it was nice.
It's been a yacht, yeah. I mean, there you like I said, you can get super yachts. Shits is like 20 to 30 million dollar boats. Those things are crazy, but
That shit, that's all I hear. Shoot, man, that price tag is too rich for me. I would like to see one and be on one. I know I can probably look one up online, but I'm like, no, no, no. Let me
there's
go on to
a,
the next.
trust me, if you live close to Arizona, there's a show that, like I said, just happened last week. Hell, if you live that close to Arizona, Super Cat Fest is still going on. Well, today is the last day, but I mean,
Does it happen once a year or is it multiple times a
it
year?
happens once a year. Yeah.
Uh,
This,
I'll have
these,
to I have to get the information to go because, like I was telling G, now I have my weekends free, so I can actually do things and go to events. Before then, it was just like whatever the fuck happened on a Saturday, not Saturday, whatever the fuck happened on Wednesday and Thursday.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Right now, we're scheduling everything to go back out. Memorial Day will be fucking huge. There'll be a lot of crazy folks out there.
So
Memorial Day.
how big is the lake? Because I would to get to 209 miles. Is it like pretty the acceleration's pretty fast, or is it kind of like not a
Acceleration is
slow
really
build up,
fast.
but a steady build up?
Acceleration is really fast,
Oh,
really.
shit.
But that lake, like I said, you can go. I literally named it. You can go from Havasu to Topak to Laughlin. All just go upstream. The only one you can't get to is Parker because Parker, that dam is in the middle. The Parker Dam splits them, so you can't actually ride the boat up there. But I mean, you could go. I mean, theoretically, you can take your boat through the states because we've driven it before, but the boat takes fucking long because Lake Havasu is obviously in Arizona, but Topak is in California, and then Laughlin is technically in Nevada.
Is it just a couple hours, or like if you wanted to like end up in any other states, or does it take
Depends
like?
on
Because I'm thinking like a car ride,
depends on how fast your boat is.
and there's no speed limit, right? You can just go
Nope.
as fast as you want.
Well,
That's nice.
yes and no. There's no wake zones and a couple of places where people will lose control and die. But
Oh yeah, yeah, okay.
somebody died out there last year at the end of boat season, so September. Yeah. But that wasn't because of speed. That was because the winds kicked up and their boat flipped. Actually, a bunch of people. It was like three different. Like somebody died at like Lake Mead. Somebody died at Havasu. That was fucking gnarly. The
God
monsoon
damn.
started hitting. Yeah, the monsoon started hitting, and we got the hell out of there. But it was bad. But no, the boats that are out there right now, they can go from the boat we take isn't a speed boat. It's marketing boat. So it just shows what we do.
Gotcha.
We can get from Havasu Channel to Topak in like 45 minutes.
How long would it
But
take by car if you guys were to do it by car to those two
uh,
areas?
about the same. It's about the same.
Oh, okay. It's just
Maybe
more convenience.
it may be a little faster, but we've done it. It's about the same. But the thing is, the faster boats that are out there right now, like the DCBs, they can do that in 13 minutes.
Damn. That's
Like
a huge ass difference, man.
I just said, the boat's doing, I mean, A slow DCB is gonna do 100 miles an hour. It's gonna do about 95. The faster ones are doing 120, 130, 180. And they get that off of a throttle response it's not like a lag or something. You hit the throttle and the boat picks up, the nose picks up, and you go.
Has there ever been a situation where like not you, but like they hit the throttle and then wind? It's not a super heavy wind where you can't drive your boat, but maybe it's just enough wind while the nose goes up that it kind of flips the boat.
I mean, there's boats that I think I have a video of that boat from Parker last year. That dude, when he hit his throttle, his boat it went in the air. He got airborne.
That sounds cool.
But I mean, shit, let me see here. Where is it at? Fucking or speedboat. 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 There it is. And where is the video? There it is. 200 and 200 and what the hell did he end up doing? He did 204. Okay, there he is. They have like tacos for $1. Fuck
Del Taco? I don't know. I know because everything over here went up.
No, Del Taco everywhere has tacos for $1.
I know Jack in the Box does. Although, I mean, I'm
Those
the
aren't
one.
real tacos.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about like the Mexican
Those are
tacos or
not
the one
real.
with the? Are you talking about the one the Mexican tacos where like they make it with the soft shell and the actual like good meat?
What the fuck? Okay, Jack in the Box tacos are not real tacos, bro.
I mean, how aren't they? Those are tacos. That's why I said
Nope.
like there's two kinds of tacos I know. There's a regular old tacos like the ones that you fry whatever, and then there's the Mexican tacos where it's like the soft shell and they actually have the good meat in there and they actually cook it, and that's the real stuff. So that's what I'm asking you. What tacos are you
Nope.
talking about?
Look, man. Maybe that's the reason that G is G, because he eats a lot of Jack in the Box tacos.
No, actually I don't. I actually hate
Maybe
tacos, by the way.
that's a lot of estrogen.
Yeah, no, I never eat tacos. I don't like tacos. Well, okay, hold on. Let me say this correctly. I don't like the hard shell tacos that you like stuff like that. I like the only tacos I really like that I eat are the ones from like the Mexican tacos. Those are the only ones I really like.
Mm-hmm. Your buddy disappeared.
Yeah, I know he does that from time to time.
Oh wait, I'm over here talking. I didn't even know my thing was on mute.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I really because it was on mute just a minute ago and I didn't do anything to even put it on mute. Man, I was talking about why you hate tacos like that. Why?
I just never liked them.
Oh man, no, no, no. Tacos are tacos. Then you have tacos. Tacos are the American version of tacos. No, you don't want a taco. You want a taco.
What the hell are you talking about?
Don't you know the difference?
There is no such thing as a taco.
Yes, it is. A taco is something that is American made. It's not
No,
authentic.
no, no.
White people made it. It's a
no, no,
taco.
no.
You eat
There,
Taco Bell.
no, it's not taco.
Yes, that's a taco. When you go to
Thank
Taco
you. Yes,
Bell,
it's a taco. So there's
and
just
when
two
you
different kinds of tacos.
no,
There's the
when you go to
American made
Taco
taco, then
Bell,
there's the actual like Mexican real
an
taco.
American made taco is called a taco because it's not real. It's not authentic. It's not a taco. It's a taco because it is American made. It's white made. It's a taco.
Well, no, you're better calling it an American taco then, not a taco.
It's not a taco. Anything American made when you talk about tacos is not a taco. When you say taco, you mean authentic Mexican restaurant food. When you say taco, you're talking about
I'm not gonna say
American
taco.
made
Like
Taco Bell.
we ain't gonna say some weird ass taco like taco.
It's not. That's exactly how it is. If you go to Wisconsin and you ask them,
Go to
do you
where?
guys have tacos?
Go to
They're
where?
going to tell you,
Wait, pause.
you mean a
Go to where?
taco?
Go to where?
Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin? What the fuck is in Wisconsin?
The people who say tacos.
Well, I ain't from Wisconsin. I'm from California. I don't care.
I'm from California too, and I can go down and have an authentic taco. But if you go to other places in this world,
but how the hell is Wisconsin gonna talk about what goes on over here? They ain't from here.
No, they're not talking about what goes on in
They
California.
have no right to be talking about what a taco is called.
Look, I'm just trying to tell you.
I'm not listening to some random
to another.
I'm not listening to some random dude in Wisconsin to tell me what a taco is called.
A taco is originally from Mexican food, originally from Mexico or Southern America, right?
Yes.
Then when you get to North America, and they like to Americanize everything except for what's naturally out here, hot dogs and whatever the fuck else you want to call it. You know, it's a hot dog. What's a hot dog in Germany?
What's a what?
What do you call a hot dog in Germany?
I don't really give it down because I'm not from there.
Bro, come on now. What is a hot dog in Germany?
I don't know.
What's the name of it?
I don't know.
But you know but you know the American version of it. You know what we call it in America.
And that's all I need to know.
Is a hot dog, right? Yes. Now, if you go to South America and you ask for a taco, that's what it's called in South America. Then you come out here. Or you know what? Better yet, let me not even say that. If you ask anyone from South America and you give them a taco and you say, is this a taco? They're going to tell you it looks like a taco, but it is not a taco. This is not a taco. This is an American-made taco. It's a taco.
That's exactly. No, not taco. I never heard anybody call it taco. It is not a taco. Like you're listening to a motherfucker from Wisconsin that probably had what very few little Mexicans out here. Dude, we're fucking California. Yes, they call it an American taco. That's what they call it, not a fucking taco. If you listen to a motherfucker from Wisconsin, what the fuck do they know about what goes on here?
No. The gist of what I was saying was just like saying if you go to Wisconsin because it's like highly white out there.
My point. Why the fuck are you listening? Why are you listening to fucking white people in a white area?
And if you go to South America or you have a friend that's South American,
exactly.
No.
Pause.
No. It looks like a taco, but it is not. It's a taco. It's a fake.
We live in California. I live in California. I met South America just like they call it an American taco, not a taco. You over there listen to those white people rename shit. Why
it's
you
not just them. It's not them. What I'm saying
if you're talking about Wisconsin,
it's not renaming it. It's just the way they say it.
In Wisconsin, they have no.
It's funny.
I'll give you that.
It's funny because it's them trying to Americanize something. They're trying to say taco, but they say taco because they're trying to pronounce it the way that they think is correct. It's not. It's a taco. You're right. I'm not arguing about that. You're right. It's a taco no matter how you look at it. But when you speak to certain people, not just people from Wisconsin, it's funny because they call it a taco. It's funny because when you speak to someone from South America, they call it a fake taco. A fake taco, it's a taco. Yeah. It's a play on words. It's kind of funny because I'm like, this is your way of Americanizing it. Just like a hot dog is what starts with a B. Out there in Germany, that's where it was originated from. Then you get to America. At first, they called it freedom dogs. Then it's not freedom dogs anymore because of the war. Now it's a hot dog. It really was a stupid name. But you see what they tried to do with it, right?
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. Is we take that and we try and do that shit.
I will give you that. I will give you this. That shit is pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to listen to some people in Wisconsin tell me how to naturally pronounce things when I live in California. And I grew
Exactly.
up with a bunch of people from Mexico. So
Exactly.
you
That's
have
why it's
like,
even funnier
it
because
is, I'll admit
they're
that.
trying to tell you that this is how you pronounce it. It's a taco because it's Taco.
Yeah, okay.
Taco.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's pretty funny. I will give you that. Like I said, the only people I'm listening to are fucking people here in California, actually from Mexico or South America. All y'all other people that was like, what, they up north, whatever, you ain't got no right. It's like the argument that I have lately. Have you heard those people that, like, what is it? What's the new word for what you call Latino? What they call them, latinx? And like, it's just weird.
Latino X. No, no.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
or
It's
Latino.
first of all, it's Latino or Latina, depending on the person that you're referencing to.
Oh,
Then it's Latino X. No,
wait.
Latin
Hold
X.
on, wait.
Is it
Let
Latin
me
X?
let me say my point. Let me say my point before you keep
Sorry
going.
about that. Yeah.
Okay. So the problem is, I don't know. I'm not Latino, whatever. So I don't know, but to me, it's just weird to me that an entire race of people will allow themselves to be named a different kind of name from people in America, which we all know that America has a really bad track record of naming a race of people. So for me, I don't know. Hey, if Latinos like that stuff and Hispanics like that stuff, and they cool with being called what is it, Latins or
Latino X.
whatever they call it, because I heard like 3 or 4 or 5 different
Latinx.
names, whatever, however they want to say it. That's on you. But I have a real problem when this country tries to rename a race of people. For me, I'm sorry, they've already done it once and it didn't work out too well. So I don't know. It's just
That's
weird to
true,
me. It's just weird to
but
me that people are just
it's
going.
not. Sorry, G.
Yeah, no, it's just weird to me that people are just going to allow themselves, an entire race of people, just going to allow America of all places to rename their race or name their culture and just be perfectly fine with it. That's just kind of weird.
Now you're right on that, but we personally, well, you know what? This is what I can say. It's not America in general that decided the name of them. It is the people from that specific culture.
No,
They
not what I
decided
heard.
to,
Not what I
yeah,
heard.
they decided to,
Not
they
what I
decided,
heard.
I'm not saying about the Latin part or anything like that. What I'm saying is that the generation decided that they was going to be called Latin or Latino X because it's a new generation. So they're taking that and they're saying that basically in so many words that when you reference to this, it's a culture, but it's a culture of a specific generation. Now, when you say something about Latin, you're talking about a whole group of people. Yes, but and then just like you're saying, Hispanics or Spaniards, you're talking about a group of people from a specific area within that country. Now, I don't know. First, I believe that Latin actually came from Latin itself, and then I don't know how that whole thing got grouped into that. That part I don't, and I don't want to say that I do. But outside of that, the X part and everything came from the generation or today's generation, or I think of the last generation that decided that this is what it was going to be after hearing it in the first place.
No, from my understanding, because I have a, well, I mean, I think we all have Hispanic friends or Mexican friends or whatever. I know I was talking to the homie the other day. He basically said he has no idea what the hell that shit is, and that shit comes from the college, is what he told me.
That's a study. Like when you a group an area of study, Latin X, that is a group of study, but it is also what they call themselves within
Latin
a
X is a
specific
group of
generation.
is Latin X is a group of study.
It's a study. Like you know how you have African studies, stuff like that. You have Latinx studies, you have Latin studies. So it is a reference to college in the area of study, but it's also referencing to a group of people itself because they took that and they're claiming that for themselves. Not all of them per se. It's like a group. That's why you have some people that will say, "I am Hispanic," or "I am Latin," or "I'm Latin X." They will say that this is what they are.
Hmm. All right. I
But
mean,
not all of them. It's a generational thing. If you ask someone that's like an elderly person, they might say that this is what they are. If you ask someone that's like, from our generation, 30, 40 years old, they'll say this is what they are. And if you go and you ask like a teenager, they'll tell you this is what they are. They're all from the same area or grouping of area, but they do have a different name that they do name themselves or go by.
And I just want to say this: if there's anybody who's Latino, if there's anybody out there who's Latino that's listening to this podcast, do us a favor and comment down below about what you feel about latinx and what that means. Because I guess Adam is saying things from a class. I don't know. I talked to some of the people I know.
No, it's not just a class. I agree with you that they said that it's
yeah.
a class of study.
But you're also saying it defines a younger group of Hispanics or Latinos.
Because they will take that and they will say that I'm generation or they're claiming it.
But from me, like I know guys who I've talked to, they're like, what the fuck is that shit? And they're telling me it's coming from the college. So I don't know.
You're right on that. It's a whole front. It's right on both ends because you'll have a group of people that are like, I don't know what the fuck that is. It's coming from a college because it's a course study. It's an area of expertise. It is that, yes, but it's also a name that they call themselves. It's the generational name. So you have a group of people that will take this and they say, I am this. That's why you have when you, not you, I'm sorry, G, but when you have some people that try to describe themselves or say certain things, they're like, well, I am this or I am that. They will say, I am this. I am Latinx. I'm Latina. I'm Latino. I'm Hispanic. I am Mexican. I'm a Spaniard. I'm not saying that this is what they are. I'm saying that this is what they're claiming themselves to be themselves.
That's fine. I mean, all those fine. But like Latinx, hey, as long as their culture calls themselves that, and they're fine with that, then I ain't got nothing to say. But I just want to put this out. Hey, if anybody out there is from has Latino, Hispanic background or whatever, or any of those Latin backgrounds, do us a favor. Can you comment down below and let us know what you feel about Latinx so we can make sure we get the information right? Because we're just going by what we heard because we're not Latino, so we can't really speak on it. But hey, like I said, we're just going by what we heard. And like I said, for me,
that's exactly right.
Yeah, and for me, I'm only saying this because I mean, again, our past, and I'll be honest with you, I'm just not really fond of America naming any race of people ever again because, again, they did it before and it didn't really turn out so well. So it's just kind of weird to me to just this name just came out of nowhere. And from my understanding, it came from the colleges, I guess. But I don't know. It's just kind of I'm just not comfortable with America of all places naming a group of people. Sorry, it's just weird to me. I just feel like, in my personal opinion, America should be banned from being able to name a race and a culture of people.
People did America name?
Huh?
What group of people did America name?
They named us.
How did they do that?
Really? Really? Really?
Yeah, really.
Can't believe you asked me a question.
I think what I think, but I'm not sure. But I think how that came about being is two different ways. One, they named us from the continent we're from. We're African American. Even though in Africa you have so many different areas.
No, not African. Not African. It's the nigga. It's nigga or nigger. My fault.
That's a derogatory term. They didn't name us that.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't name shit.
Yeah, they did.
Where did it come from? Where did it come from, bro?
That's what a race of people decided to call us because they thought it was a derogatory term. It actually, in my opinion, came from North America or Mexico at that time because of the way that you say Hispanic.
Yeah, no. It's an offshoot of negro, which comes from the Spanish. Well, yeah, it basically comes from the Spanish word of negro. That's what they did.
Yeah, but it's meant to be a derogatory term to belittle a person because it was less than human. But that was them giving us, not even giving us, but telling other people what it was. But the whole thing about it is your word doesn't hold no power unless the people who is being called that word take offense or take hold of that. So if
I
you
mean,
have people
well,
calling
well,
you
I
that
mean,
name, then yes, for
I mean,
hundreds
dude,
of
we're
years.
we're black. You could say nigga. Like we ain't white people. Say nigga.
That's true. No, I don't like saying the word. How often have you even heard me say the word?
Fair enough. You're right. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I don't like saying it at all. I don't give that word power or anything. I don't even say it as an endearing form when I see you guys. Like, hey, what's up? No, I don't.
That is
I
true.
feel uncomfortable saying the word in general. I don't like the word in general, and I try not to let it have any power over me. Or I understand what it means when we say it. I do, and I don't have no issue with that. If you want to say the word, I just personally really dislike saying the word unless I get hella mad. Then a very few times you see me mad, I'll say it. I will say that word because I'm pissed the fuck off. But very, very, extremely rarely will you ever see me. It's not see me. Sorry, hear me say the word.
I'll give you that. You're right. I rarely ever heard you say nigga in your life. That is true. You do say it, but it's rare.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll give you that since I've known you. So
but yeah, that's just how I feel about it. G. You already know that. But yeah, I mean, like I know why we took the word. I know why we tried to turn it into an endearing form because we got tired of other people using it up against us. But we still get mad when people still use it, even though
well, I
it's
would
it's
say
always going to be that way.
it seems like now it's more dependent on who says it and how they say it, but it also depends on the person and who hears it. So it's kind of confusing now.
I think you're right, but I also think that it's become a more popular word because it's been popularized in media
Of
in a sense
course.
of saying because it's not saying it like how you say hi. You say hi like once. You meet a person, right? That's it. But now it's used multiple times in the sentence and having different ways of using it in different meanings. Outside of being endearing. It's a term of endearment. It's a term of calling someone a name. It's a term of being. So it's so many different ways of saying it. But having been popularized takes away from the reason why we even started saying the word in the first place because now you have so many people outside of the African American black culture who says it that it takes away from what it is and it's kind of going back to well so and so said it so why shouldn't I say it because it's not a word for you to say but a word is a word regardless of who says it if you take it as a meaning of I'm trying to degrade you just because of the color of my skin when I didn't mean it that way. It's totally different from me ending a sentence calling you boy or nigger. It's totally different. So why are you taking offense when you know me and you know that I would never um, say anything to disrespect you? That's a appropriate way of seeing it and description of the word coming from a different person. But it still means this no matter what and I think it just like the comment, um, everyone, not everyone, but um, depending on the person who says it, or you are, you are of this status, so you can say it, but we don't call people on it. Like that's wrong to say. I really think that if anyone has an issue with the word and then the person who's saying it, I'm one of those people that agree that you should just get rid of the word all in general. Don't. Yes, you can have an ice cream. I kind of cut away from
I ain't gonna
everything.
lie, that's a weird cutaway. People gonna hit on podcast like, what the heck?
It's kind of hard to get back in your train of thought after that.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave it alone. You guys know what I meant by that. And I think I spoke enough on it. And I'm starting to go in depth.
I mean, you can. It's fine.
I feel like I did. At that point, I'll just be going more in depth and more in depth and going back into the history of things. And I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just trying to answer the question and what you said. But I do personally believe that two things. One, is that everyone should not use the word. Like even us as a people, we shouldn't use the word. It's been a good amount of time that we taken the power away from the word, and but we can still get mad at someone using the word against us. Yes, but we shouldn't. We should stop using the word. And I
So
personally believe that in the way that you use it, in the setting that you use it, should also be Well, you should use the word smartly.
So which one is it?
I personally feel like we shouldn't use the word at all. Like no one should
Okay,
use
so
the word.
so you're saying the word still has power because you
It,
said earlier we've taken the power away from it. But then if
yes.
you've taken the power away from it, you can't get upset about the word because the word has no meaning to you anymore.
Yes, that's right. Now,
So
if you were to personally talk to me, like let's say that you was white and you called me that, I would feel a certain way about it, but I would keep pushing about my day because that would just mean to me that you're ignorant. Like you're ignorant, and I don't listen to ignorant people. You don't have any place in my life, no power whatsoever. I don't care, fine, and I keep pushing. Like that's what it is. But you do have some people who hear the word and they get pissed off that the person's using the word if they're not black, and they will go and they say, "What you say?" And then there's a whole fight from that. So I personally it makes me uncomfortable, but it doesn't hold any power against me where I want to cause physical harm to another person. While other people, they may feel differently about it. So you're right, James. I contradicted myself, but I personally don't hold power to the word, but other people do. So it's kind of like right there in the middle. It's a 50-50 type situation.
but the people that hold power to the word, is it they hold power because they believe they are that?
No, I want to believe that the reason why is because it brings up feelings and memories. It's a
What
very
memories?
deep, well, not personally from that you may have experienced, but growing up, you hear stories from your grandpa, your grandma, and like you hear stories about what our people used to be and how they used to be enslaved. Now, my daughter recently started going, she started paying more attention to things being said in school. And Black History Month, they started talking about that word and, what little girls just like them when they started going to school and what they all went through. So it causes not memories in the say, but it makes them feel a certain type of way. It makes them very emotional on that word itself. So I personally think that although that the word doesn't hold as much power anymore, it doesn't hold any power depending on the person itself, it can still bring up memories and makes you emotional because this is what your people was. And even though it was generations ago, that doesn't forgive it. And it doesn't forgive the person who wants to use it in a way to hurt another person because they know it will hurt them. They know that it'll cause them emotional distress. So in that type of way, I believe it does make not painful, but it causes emotional distress, which in a sense causes a type of pain.
So you're saying it'll never be different?
I'm saying that I hope one day it will be, and that each generation as we go by, we see like the word used less and less in the means of hurting people. And we also see, well, I can't say that people use it less and less. I'll see that people outside of African American community use it less and less than it was like a generation ago, the generation ago before that. I think at some point in human history, it will not hold the same sway or the word won't be used anymore. But I believe in this generation, in the next couple of generations, it still can be and will be used. It's just going to slowly and gradually be used less and less and less until we
So,
just ultimately don't use the word anymore.
so you're thinking it still holds absolute power over everybody?
No, not absolute power. It just holds power over the people who let it hold power over them. And that might not be something that they can have control over. Like, for example, you know how I said that it doesn't hold control, I don't let it hold control over me, but it does make me feel a certain type of way. Maybe one day out the blue, if someone says it, I might get pissed off about it and bring it up. I don't know what type of mood I might be in, but I can't say for sure what the future will hold. But I can say for sure what I feel like today, what I felt like yesterday. Because I do hear it. I do hear people on the street say it, whether they're referencing to a song or whether, they're in a specific setting and think it's a cool word to say. I hear it and I just keep walking because one, they're not talking to me. Or if they are talking to me and that word slips, I just walk away from that point on, and the word doesn't hold no sway over me. But that doesn't mean that maybe next week I might be in a certain mood where I hear someone say that word and all of a sudden I'm up in arms because I'm pissed off. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm pissed off that they said it, but that could be a tipping point for me that I was going through some shit that day and then all of a sudden someone said it and now I'm just pissed the fuck off because I can't keep my emotions or myself in check.
So you're saying that you can use the anger of the word at your convenience?
No, not necessarily. It's just the tip of the iceberg, I would say. If I was emotional that day and I was angry and then someone said something, it's like setting you off. It's like the tipping point. Someone called you stupid and you're not stupid at all. You're smart, but some fact that someone called you a name, it's a tipping point. That could be your tipping point. Having someone call me and they mean it in the way to hurt me type way, call me a name, or I don't think of it more so like how I said earlier, how I might hear them say. I think if like I hear someone call me a name, that might be a tipping point. Just like someone might call me boy. Now, I know not all the time that when someone calls boy, that means as a disrespectful term as it used to be. It just depends like where you grew up in, like in the country. That's more of a used word. But people still know what they're doing when they call you certain names, or call you certain words. They know what they're doing. They know what they're saying, and then you can interpret it that way too. Like someone called you a boy, and to them, it might be because you're younger than them. They might be an old man. You might be like 30, 40. To them, you're a boy. So they call you boy. But it might not be interpreted that way. It's not using the word as a sense of, using it for par as anger. I think that each human is different. And, maybe that's just your tipping point for the day. And that just pissed you off and now you're ready to fight. Other than that, maybe it's your tipping point, but you're still able to walk away. Or maybe it's just not your tipping point at all. I think it's totally dependent on the situation and where you yourself are at within that day, whether you let it hold sway over you or whether it doesn't. But even though it is a derogatory word, I still think that, it's a name. And like anything, if you get called enough names or you get pissed off, you will respond with violence sometimes.
So basically, what you're saying is our parents and ancestors were incorrect.
No, no, they were well, our parents. What do you mean by that, if you don't mind?
Well, because I know most of us were raised on the simple fact of saying, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah.
So that means that's a lie, because
No,
that
that's
word hurts you when it's convenient.
no, it's
And
not
it
a
hurts
lie.
G, and it hurts G all the time.
No, that's not a
What?
lie.
Hold on, wait. No,
Wait,
no,
wait,
no.
let me wait, G. Because you can call someone stupid and they're not stupid. Does that mean that, that word holds sway over you? Hey, I know I'm smart and you're calling me stupid. Does that mean that I give in and I know that deep down that I'm stupid and not smart? No, that's not what it necessarily means. It just means that, you are at your tipping point. Maybe today you just had enough. The fact that someone called you a name, stupid, dumb, you're, fat, skinny, um, you
Let's
know,
say somebody, okay, let's say somebody calls you white. Are you gonna fight them?
no. But I do
Let's
know
say
one
let's say
person I
somebody
work
calls
with,
you. Let's say somebody calls you Shaq. Let's say somebody
Shaq.
calls you Bigfoot. Are you gonna fight them?
No,
But on Wednesday, if somebody calls you a nigger, you're gonna fucking go all ham and cuss them out and try to fight them.
no.
Because the word nigger, yes, it's derived and blah blah blah, but it's used as a slur for ignorance, right?
That's one term, yes.
So I've called white people niggers all the time because they're acting ignorant.
Yes. And then, but not every single one of them might take it that same way. They might not see it as you calling them ignorant. They might see it as you saying that for some, what it was originally used for, that you are
Nope.
beneath me. You are beneath me or my people.
They get really confused.
Some of them do, yes. But
But
you
this is,
can't count on every single person getting that way.
well, it doesn't matter because if you can honestly say you've taken the power out of the word, it doesn't matter. Like I said, if someone calls you white, you know you're not white, so you're just like, man, this dude tripping, whatever. But if they call you a nigger, now you know you're not ignorant. Now you know you're not beneath this person, but you're like, no, fuck that, because I got to call on the power of Wakanda to fight this nigga right now. Like, that's somebody holding absolute power over you.
But in the same way, how you just said someone calling me white, it can be someone calling me white and I get pissed off because they're saying that I'm white, I'm this way, and I'm not. Like how some people call some people whitewash, And I did have last year one of my fellow coworkers, he was mixed, and he got mad when one of our other coworkers, who was white and Asian, basically said that he was whitewashed. He got pissed off about that. Now they said other words and everything. He wasn't as near pissed off as that one word, you know. And I've had people who said I was whitewashed. That didn't piss me off. I just thought the person who was saying it was ignorant, because you're saying that you can't be, I guess, like politically correct or say terms a certain type of way. You assume that because I'm black, I have to be the certain type of way. I have to do these type of things. I have to sound this type of way. I have to, just this way. No, no, it didn't piss me off. It just, same thing. It was like, I'm looking at this person like, what? That's why I think that it's not the word in itself, it's the person. Like, we can take power away from the word, but on a person by person basis, they may still hold, like, certain feelings to the words or believe that, because the word can have more than one meaning. It might mean that you're ignorant if you call them this. It could also mean that you're basically calling another person a slave, because in the past that's what that word meant. It's just going to be totally dependent on how each individual person takes it, outside of them being pissed off for the day or whatever.
But again, like, everything you're saying is things that this person obviously isn't.
Yes.
Are you a slave?
I'm not.
So again, how does the word, I'm trying to figure out how the word has so much feeling for you guys.
Well, it depends on the person. I know I'm not a slave. I know I'm not whitewashed. So to me, no, put the ice cream back. So to me, that word doesn't hold any sway.
But you are the ice cream fucking bandit.
What?
My bad, you're the ice cream warden. You're the ice cream warden, my bad. That ice cream down.
Right? You already had one. But yeah, no, man, that's why I said I think it's dependent on the person. I myself could be in the same room with another person, and if they called me a nigger and they called him a nigger, right? I can sit there and just look straight ahead and be like, just ignore them. The other person might be pissed off. Now, at that point, it's a 50-50. Because if it did hold power and it was a universal where it made everybody mad no matter what, we'd both be up in arms ready to fight this person. But that's not how it is. Same thing as being called whitewashed.
I go on this podcast all the time and I explain to you guys, like, man, you got to research. You got to really get to the core of it and understand it. Like black people are holding on to this shit so bad, but they're not doing anything about it. You want to fight somebody because they called you the name because of what happened to us in the past? Jewish people got fucking genocide. This motherfuckers got put in gas chambers and shit like that and nukes. They didn't get a chance to fucking go work their debt off and all that other extra shit being slaves. These niggas just got eradicated. But these motherfuckers bonded together and are now some of the most powerful people in the world.
That's true. Yeah.
So you can look at Asians. Asians, you do understand Asians built the fucking railroad system for us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And throughout that whole time, they were getting called all those names.
Yeah. Now, those names I understand now. I only knew just one. And I understand the concept, at least out here in Nevada in history on, the whole railroad and everything, on why that was being said and history behind that, but not all over the place. And I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to let you know that I understood, on that concept.
Yeah. But all these other people, they ended up building and making that shit like, who gives a fuck? Because we got money and we can take you on. We were having an argument about this shit the other day, and I'm like, you guys don't get it. Look at all the shit that's happened to black people over the years. There's a reason for that. Like, black people have proven time and time again, we are the strongest, we're the most creative, we're the most dominant. But we're also the stupidest because we can never put ourselves together and do something to make a fucking difference.
Now, wait, I do have something to say against that. Not about the stupidest part, because I heard about that. But so I'm trying to say it where I don't try and sound defensive at the same time. And excuse me, because I'm forgetting the name. Black Wall Street, for example, when we was trying to make something ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
And how they took it and they bombed it and they killed us. That's an example
about that.
of trying, but it was taken. That doesn't mean we quit. But that did instill a lot of fear in people to not do that. Because for some people, it's like hey, I'll risk my life for the betterment of my people. Then you have also the same people that are like, I have a family, I can't do that because I need to be there to provide for my family. And then you have people that are, I have a family, but I'm still willing to risk it all. So just like anybody else, you have those three types of people. But when we was trying to build up for ourselves, and even when we took it to the law and they ignored it, it's kind of like there's no way for us to build ourselves up. Not for everyone, but for some who've seen this is what they got. There's no way for us to build ourselves up. There's no way for us to protect ourselves. There's no way for us to do anything because no matter what we do, it will be taken and it will be taken and used against us.
And that's exactly what they want you to think. Bro, I'm going to give you the same analogy I give everybody. Me and G have had this Black Wall Street fucking conversation before, but you're like a new player in the game. Let me ask you this. You like playing board games?
Is this the Monopoly? Yeah, I like playing board games.
Okay, you like playing Monopoly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your objective in Monopoly?
To monopolize the whole board.
Okay. So there's other players, obviously. It's a game.
Yeah.
So what happens if another player starts building up on the board? What are you supposed to do?
You can trade, you can bargain, or you try and bankrupt them.
Mm-hmm. So let me get this straight. You can trade with them, but that doesn't 100% benefit you. You can borrow.
Oh, no. I didn't say borrow, man. My bad. Bargain. Which, again,
may or may not work in your benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can bankrupt the shit out of them. Does that work in your favor?
Bankrupting, yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm. But
so when I have a group of people that I know if they get going, they can take over this board. Do you think I'm going to go over there and be like, man, maybe y'all shouldn't do that because we want to be more dominant?
No, but you see, That's one word you use as a group of people. That means that it's not just one individual, it's a group of people that's either together or you're playing against. So you might be able to bargain with one, and it depends on what you want. But going on where we're going, if I wanted to make sure that I had everything and I was 100%, I would try and bankrupt them.
Yeah, but Black Wall Street wasn't one person. Black Wall Street was a group of businessmen who were black who started making moves. So,
but you also had multiple areas that were similar to Black Wall Street. You had one place, and I don't know this. I know this off of a little bit of history, but I can't go into it in that much detail. There was a place that was similar like that, out there in the AV, a little bit further out. You had one place that was trying to build up a black community. You had another place, I think in Alabama or someplace like that, that was similar, but not on the same level as Black Wall Street, trying to build themselves up as well. So you had little pockets in the community here and there, but each time it happened, it was either from the local people, it was either from the higher ups. I believe one of them was one of the presidents who called for some type of action to be taken. So you had multiple people on different levels doing the same thing. And that's not to mean that we're going to stop, but every time an action is taken, you always have a reaction, but you also do have a time where it installs something, either fear or either it's what's the other word? Not fear, but it basically makes you want to go do it again, or makes you want to go and do it bigger, like on a different level. But I believe, I'm not trying to be like a game, but there's a cooldown time in a sense. If there's a negative reaction that happens, there's a cooldown time, and then after that, then there's then there's a reaction that comes from that, and then people start to try and build themselves up even more again.
Listen to what you're saying, though, bro. This is the problem with people's mentality. You bring up all the negative shit, and you're like, man, we tried to make it, and then they crushed it. They took it away from us. But then everybody's jumping up and down about reparations right now, right?
Yeah.
You know they gave the Native Americans reparations, right?
Yeah.
They gave them a pile of shit land and told them, you stay on that. The Native Americans then go, these dudes just gave us a pile of shit that we can't do anything with. Great, we're done. That's it. We just might as well just start drinking malt liquor, smoking weed, and then robbing each other. They built something on there that attracted white people and take all their money. I know Native American. I literally know Native American people that make upwards of $20,000 a month just from being in that tribe.
Now, do we have anything like that?
Fuck no. Why? Because everybody wants to shoot and kill each other before we fucking do anything to band together with.
Now, we do have that. I mean, the Native Americans, they even had that before they banded together. And they still have that to this day, but it's just different. But do we have anything that's on a level where we could possibly come together, even talk about? Not even everyone doing it, but just some people out of the community.
Are you shitting me, bro? Any and everything. I keep telling you guys, like, black people are the most cloned and copied fucking culture out. Everything we do turns to fucking gold. And then it turns to shit for us, and then somebody else makes $1 billion off it. You understand the beauty industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, right?
Yeah, man.
You know we're the ones that really started it, right?
Yeah, I do know about Madam C.J. Walker. I do know about only two people, but she's the only one that comes up to my mind.
How come our ownership in it is less than 15% then?
That's a good question.
And we didn't even
Because we
get
don't
pushed out
invest
by
in it.
white people. We didn't even get pushed out by white people on that one. That
Isn't
fucking
it the Asian
Asians
people?
did that. Yes. Asian people control the fucking market on that shit to where they pushed black people out of it. So explain it to me then.
That I can't. Because I don't know how they managed to do that. I know that they were able to.
They banded together and they made moves.
That is true.
Every culture has their faults, but if you can work together for long enough, you can make moves. We can't do that.
No, we can't always do that. Now we can do it sometimes.
Tell me one time we fucking done it.
Oh, I'm just talking about banding together to make a business, not like
Yeah,
a multinational business. I'm just talking about,
Yep.
hey, we're going to band together. We're going to open up a business over here. We're going to open up a beauty salon. We're going to open up, maybe
That doesn't help.
No, not the whole community. Not all
That's
of us
what
as
you
in one.
fucking need.
That
Asians
is
have the
what we
whole
do.
goddamn community from start to finish. Asians own the shops. Asians own the distributing. They own the wholesaling. They own the manufacturing of that shit. We fucking created. It ain't no they own one shop over here and a couple over there. No, fuck that. They can talk the language and get a cheaper price on anything that we can't, because we can't speak that language. And when they see us coming, they fuck us over because they know their cousin is right there in the fucking mall, in the place next to them.
Okay, but that's built on the history of it. Not the history, excuse me, but that's built on someone getting and being able to monopolize that. So they was able to do that. But now in today's world, today's date, let's just say that we wanted to do that. How would we go about doing that? Like, not even trying to be funny, just asking. Like, how would we go about doing that?
Let me give you a question. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say you own a business, right?
Uh-huh.
Tell me what kind of business you want to run.
A tech business.
A what business?
A tech business. Tech industry.
A what?
Technology.
Oh, tech. Okay, cool. Tech, but it has to be something brick and mortar. So let's say, I don't know, you have a place that turns your iPhone into the dopest shit ever. Okay? You have that business. You open a store, right? You're making moves. You're in your community, right? Boom. You're trying to make, big moves right now, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, for us to band together, black people have to support you, right?
Yeah.
So black people are going to come in the shop, right?
Yeah.
Now you're going to say this is new technology, so it costs $500 to put your dope ass phone together, right?
Yeah.
What is 50% of the black people that come in there going to tell you?
Ask for a discount, or is there anything cheaper?
Ding, 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 ding. They're going to tell you two things. One, hell yeah, I come in here to support you because you're black and I'm black. That's their way of getting into we all work together. And then the second thing, in the same breath, sometimes they're going to tell you, yo, man, can I get this cheaper? Because, I don't have to come in here because there's a fucking white dude or an Asian dude or a Mexican dude down the street who's got the same shit. And he sells it for $100 cheaper.
Bro, I'm not even trying to cut you off. That shit happened at Enterprise almost all the damn time.
Ding, 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 ding. Black people will 100% support you and 100% fuck you in the same goddamn breath. White person will walk in there and fucking.
I feel like that's the whole thing, asking for a discount, and because I'm the same people, I feel like that applies to every community when you go into that community. So outside of the Black community, if it was an Asian community, and you're gonna have some people to ask you for that. Now,
You're fucking crazy.
no, it's going to happen.
Bro.
It does happen.
Come on, bro.
Now, I'm not
okay.
saying on the same level. I'm just saying it does. So that is not something that just generally applies to us. But in what you're saying, to support the theory, what you're saying, which I do agree with, if they're not able to get what they want or the price they want it at, they will go look for it somewhere else.
An Asian person will walk into an Asian store and buy some fucking product.
Yeah, man. Asian people don't like asking for discounts.
Nope. A white person will walk in and say, that's the price. They'll either buy it or they'll leave. And they'll go find it somewhere else. They will not throw the fucking, hey bro, I'm white and I support you, so give me a discount. They won't throw,
I wish I heard some shit like that ever.
But because it doesn't work. But black people think that because your skin is the same as theirs, all of a sudden that means you got a AAA discount.
I think it's because they think that we all went through the struggle. So now that one of us made it,
what
can't you have
struggle,
somebody else?
nigga? We was born in 90s and 80s. What struggle?
I know.
What struggle? I'm tired of this slavery bullshit, dog. Like it's niggas didn't go
what
through
I'm
struggle.
saying. That's
Nintendo,
what it is. That's what
your
they're going to
Nintendo
say.
cartridge didn't work. It's not a fucking struggle. Your iPhone not working is not a struggle. You running out of text messages and data plans is not a fucking struggle.
No, it's not.
Don't use that you went through a struggle with me, nigga, unless you 60 fucking years old. Unless you want to keep it in the Stone Ages and always bring that up. That's why I said that's the thing that's crippling us. Nobody wants to just move forward and make some shit happen. They want to be like, no, fuck that. We was called niggas in the fucking back in the day and we were slaves and all that shit. Yes, they were. That is not cool at all. But it is 2023. The only niggas that is slaves now are the motherfuckers that are going to jail. Oh, but those are all black people too. That is correct. But they've made the laws so that if you fuck up, you're going to prison. And even if you don't, they may put you still in prison.
That's true.
But how many other people are fucking businessmen who haven't been to jail, that make money, that do their thing?
How many black businessmen are you saying?
Yeah, there's quite a few of them. And you know what they tell them? You Uncle Tom, whitewashed, you forgot where you came from, blah,
yes,
blah, blah.
They do.
Yeah. So again, now what makes sense? So you got niggas, black people, whatever you want to call them, making moves. And the people that are behind them are going, man, fuck this dude.
That's because those are the same people that don't want to put in the work, that expect everything to be given to them with their hands out.